the freedom of worship is still being enjoyed. That even prayers must first pass through State House reception. As in our Archbishop, our dear Shepherd, had to first check with the lion before gathering sheep. The prayer was ready, but courage was still stuck in a traffic jam along Entebbe Road. The altar was set, but permission was still fasting. In this season, let all of us accept that silence is actually the safest hymn. The church postponed the prayer meeting, not because of rain, but because of political sunshine. The Archbishop checked the weather, not for rain this time, but political thunder. The prayer meeting was postponed. Why? Because apparently heaven works by appointment. And don't quote us wrong. The cock wanted to crow, but it first checked if the hawk was in the neighborhood. The cock stretched its neck to crow. Then it remembered that it still wants to see morning. And by the way, for those of you who are wondering whether our motto has been flipped or it is still for God and my country, it is still the same. It is just that it has adapted to the environment. These days, before you kneel, you have to first confirm which God is on duty. In Uganda right now, ignoring someone is also a way of admitting that they also matter. We are talking about a situation where they say noob is too small to notice, but in the same sentence, they also say that it is very dangerous to sit beside anyone from noob. So for that reason, we are not going to the EU delegation to give them relevant. According to Okello Oriem, the strategy is very simple. Do not look at the elephant. It will eventually shrink and become a goat. The invitation was declined, but to our surprise, the explanation was very energetic. That it became more popular than the invitation it is itself. They avoided the debate, but it followed them home here. Because we are talking about it, because they amplified it themselves. We have repeatedly said it in class here, that the lion says that the hyena is nothing. Yet it still locks its gate. Oh, maybe we say that the eagle claimed that the sparrow is too small, but one of its eyes is permanently glued on the sky. I don't know, but for those of you that do not understand, I think the government had no problem attending the ceremonies at the European Parliament. The problem is that the European Parliament dictated who should attend. They summoned one Muzungu from Belgium, who for the first time we are also getting to know that she's the Ugandan ambassador to Belgium. She's not arrogant enough to represent this regime in Belgium. Kila ikana yali kudilu nge ya peneti. Representation is sweet until you are not choosing who is to represent you. That is where the problem came from. The meeting itself was acceptable, pending maybe a remote control arrangement. Where they say, why? But we say, European Parliament in a month's time, na yeva iso yo wa Belgium. Katali yo katusoke tumujeyo, tutekeyo nonsibambi. How can you do anything for us? But they did not give them enough grace period to do that. So the delegation was ready actually. But the selection process was the one which was an emergency. They would have accepted representation if it had come with a remote control. These days we no longer wait for official statements from the government. Whatever we find, we just go like that with it. Because in Uganda right now, the left hand announces something before the right hand wakes up. As in, we are talking about a situation where one office is beating the drum while the other is still asking which function are we talking about? And this is happening repeatedly. When His Excellency Robert Chagula Izetam was put under house arrest, this one was announcing this, the police was announcing this, the military was saying this. It is not any different from what happened to Okello Oryem here. He's like Chagulanyi is pending arrest for treason. Then the police comes out and it is like, we do not have any and fine for treason. So we are talking about a government where news is traveling faster than the files. Abamugafundileyo ku Twitter, then the gatabuleyo bukubo. By the time it reaches the police has denied like 10 times. Maybe coordination in this government went on leave without submitting a handover report. So in this season, the official statements are also playing hide and seek. We are talking about a situation where words travel too fast that apologies start jogging behind them. Kubanga neokelo oriembe yagambye oli babunoja for treason. Yavuddeyo the following day agamba they misquoted me. So statements these days come with what we call a return policy. Some speeches are strong in the morning and flexible in the evening. The tongue fires the arrow, then later the brain files an appeal. When mercy comes from above, handcuffs begin feeling like bangles. First it was kanyemunyu. Ate kanyemunyu ye at least byaitira mukoti. Na yondo sebufu. The prison gates yesterday opened. And sebufu, a convicted murderer, walked out like one who had just gone to prison to buy airtime. In our land, Uganda. Yesterday's criminals can easily become today's distinguished gentlemen. You just have to add a signature. No need to return it to court. Of course, you can say that the president has his powers. But we are talking about murder. The goat that was tied for slaughter is now roaming in the compound, greeting the butcher. Atikati atunula wali the judge who sentenced him that tunuleno the witnesses. The village is now confused. Should we welcome the criminal or we hide the goats? Sometimes especially at the time when the crime is high. We are talking about a situation where the chicken that escaped the cooking pot is now walking through the kitchen giving motivational speeches. And we have there. We must also to do some camera. He began by praising M6+1. Nagamba ati mission hiyo naje bamuwa yeje atandikirako. Natandika okuwa motivational speeches zao. And what is annoying is that this person was supposed to serve 40 years. So it is not like time rewrote the judgment, but the power just simply added a footnote on the man's judgment, and the murderer walked free. Ate ekisiga okugizamu abangi is the fact that many of our comrades who can not even harm a cockroach are serving not even sentences, illegal sentences there because they have not even been convicted. They cannot even be given bail. They are serving illegal sentences the other side, like seasoned warriors. And to kiriseti wetu to say in our land of Uganda here, the harmless and the ones who are carrying the heaviest chains.